weaknesses, what opportunities available to me, what are the threats, SWOT analysis, and accordingly I should work out my strategy. I should do everything to become a prime minister and should do nothing not to become the prime minister. You must have that focus. But finally, sir, friends, one thing you need for all these things, bloody passion. You must have that passion. It's not enough to have dream. It's not enough to have action in place. It's not even enough to have focus. But you must have the passion. So you must have the passion. If you have all these things, the next step is that, okay, what are the courses available to you? If you chartered accountancy. Now, there are many visually impaired persons today who are pursuing chartered accountancy. It is not impossible. But many people come and say, how do I do the articleship? Articleship is not the only thing. You can do articleship with an investment firm. You can do articleship with a bank, where passing examining vouchers is not the job. So you can get into an appropriate chartered accountancy firm where they can give the correct job. But for that, you must clear an entrance examination. If you want to do management, you have to clear an entrance examination. You want to do ACS, you have to clear an entrance examination. Everywhere, you must remember, there is an entrance examination involved. If you want to reach that level, from today, start two things. One, you have got to develop your acumen in quantitative. There is no excuse to this. Sir, I dropped maths in 7th standard. So what? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Start working from today. If you can't do it this year, you can do it next year, no? Time is not over. If you can't do it this year, do it next year. But build up the numerical logic. It's not impossible. People ask me, how do you do maths? I'll tell you just a very simple secret. It is the question of fixing the system in your mind. A system is the way you transmit the input into an output. I should only know, forget what numbers the inputs are, I should only fix the thought in my mind, what am I supposed to do with these inputs? If I want to differentiate a function, I must understand the concept of differentiation. Then let any function come, I can differentiate. Same way, if I am talking to P&L account of a company, I must understand how do I analyze the P&L account into ratios? How do I look at, let's say, production efficiency ratios or profitability ratios and so on. So you must master the system. Don't worry about the inputs and output numbers. So that thought, it will not come overnight. It will take time. Start tuning your mind. It's a question of mind tuning. Because as I told you, I have only done one thing. I have tuned my mind. All of you need to do that. So prepare for the exams, but for that, completing your existing graduation course in whichever area you have taken is absolutely important. Don't miss this opportunity that was given to you. Do best in your studies and do well in your career. Now I'll stop here. I'll take on questions. Yeah.
Sir, I'm Dhananjay Bole.
Yeah, Dhananjay.
I have done MSc in Bioinformatics and MBA also in HR. My question is somehow technical. As you are dealing with operation management, so how do you solve the problems and algorithms like simplex and linear programming and some traveling salesman problems, large traveling salesman problems? Do you have any special technique for that?
Okay. Any special techniques? My answer is no. There's only a special technique that I have is tuning the mind. I'll tell you what. Do you all know we just use 2%. How much? 2% of our brain capacity. Do you know Albert Einstein used 4%? That extra 2% over you created an Einstein. Our Maharishis must have used 50%. Vishwamitra, who heard the sound of Om, must have 75%. So friends, for example, you talked about linear programming algorithm. Do you know In my lectures, somebody will be writing on the board, that's a different thing. But I derive the theorems in linear programming, I solve the problems on linear programming, standing at the table orally. I can do it. Because as I mentioned, the numbers are not important. What is important is a structure. I hope I'm communicating on that. Okay? It's not easy, but it is possible. Same way traveling salesman's problem. What you should do is you must develop the habit of thinking holistically. Thought process is very important. Yeah, next question. Yeah. Okay. See, for example, let us take a transportation model. I'm just giving a very, because many people will not be able to understand. So that's why I'll keep it very short, okay? Because it's a very specific question. Let us take a transportation model. To develop the initial solution for in a transportation model, you follow what is called the northwest corner rule. If you have the structure of a matrix in your mind, let's say 4 rows and 3 columns, okay? You know very well I'm going to start from the first row, first column, northwest, and I'm going to come down. No, I don't see any reason why this should pose any problem for you to do it mentally. The only thing is, at every step, you need to note down the answer. Maybe you can do it in a computer. In Excel, you can do it. You can do it in Excel. Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah.
Siddhi, when you were doing graduation, at that time, how did you manage your statistics or in economics diagrams and all?
Yeah. First, let me take the economics diagrams. See, when I mentioned about tuning the mind, what you have to do is, initially to start with, economics, what is so great in economics? X-axis, Y-axis. If you understand the concept of representation of a point on a space, on a plane, I'm sorry, not a space, because we don't have 3-dimension in economics, fortunately. Now, this reminds me to tell you one thing. It is not that mathematics can deal with n dimensions also. Correct, no? But we cannot perceive beyond 3 dimensions. So remember, it is human limitation to perceive. There are people who can perceive 4 dimensions. Our Maharishis have done that. Coming back to your question. Initially what I did, on a rubber mat, my friends drew the diagram on a polythene paper, drawing the x-axis, drawing the y-axis, and explained to me what is the concept of plane, how the points are represented on the plane. Once I understood this, I know an indifference curve has got a negative slope and convex origin, because as x increases, y decreases. Demand function, as price increases, quantity decreases. So immediately I know if there is a negative relation, the curve has to come down. Like a supply curve, if it is there, the curve has to go up. So if you know, let me tell you, if you know demand curve, you know half economics. And if you know your supply curve, the remaining half you know. Yes.
Sir,
Yeah. The best example I can take on that is, let's say, linear programming problem, graphical solution, which gives me what is called a convex plane, a convex closed region. Now, the minute I know there are 3 or 4 constraints which are represented in form of straight lines, to start with, I can always draw them on this paper that I'm talking to you. I can understand the concept, how this area is getting bound. And I also should understand why the solution has to be only at the corner. Because if the solution is not a corner, then the line will become parallel to one of the objective functions. And there will be multiple solutions. So only corners, now this logic, you're going to understand by feeling the diagram for the first time. But once you have felt and understood, any amount of linear programming problem you can do. But friend, it's question of tuning the mind. Yeah.
hello sir, I am Siddhant.
Siddharth, yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask one question about stock market.
Yes.
In stock markets, we have large caps, mid caps, and small caps.
Yeah.
And under large caps, and like we know huge companies where we have to invest. Like as you said, Reliance and all, we will invest. But if you just turn up before me and ask me to invest in your company, I won't trust you so much.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
are these small caps and mid? Now I would. Now I would. But.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey,
But
don't try to impress me. I'm not your teacher.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is that how do we actually structure our overall investment pattern into large caps, mid caps, and small caps, so that even if we incur losses in small caps or mid caps, we don't incur complete losses overall.
Okay, I'll answer that question. Can I can I s- can I take it away and give a typical college example for this first? Okay. If you fall in love with a girl, which happened with me, unfortunately. So I'm not giving an example which has not happened with me. The chances of you being ditched is very high. One fine morning she'll walk away. Or one fine morning you will walk away. Now, if you fall in love with two girls, the probability, of one of them staying with you is high. Same way, in the stock market, you don't put money, you don't put all your eggs into one basket. You distribute your money into large cap, mid cap, and small cap. I'll come to the specifics later. You also distribute your money across the industries. You don't put all your money in petroleum sector. You put in something in textile, something in telecom, something in steel, something in cement, something in paper, and so on. You also don't put all your money into, let's say, one region. So the idea is you must what is called diversify your investments as broad as possible, so that if one industry is doing very badly, other industry will do well and you get a reasonably a good return. Okay. Or if you like, I think I can ask this question. If I ask you to play a game with me, I'm tossing a coin, not Amitabh Bachchan coin. I'm unbiased coin. Because this is a very serious problem. In statistics, every time we say unbiased. Because we don't want Amitabh Bachchan having both heads. Okay? Yeah. If I say, head, I'm going to give 1,000 rupees. Tail, you are going to give me 500 rupees. Or head, I'm going to give you 10,000 rupees. Tail, you are going to lose 8,000. You are going to give it to me. The value of this game is half into 10,000 minus half into 8,000 equal to 1,000, because half is the probability of getting ahead when a coin is tossed. But if I redefine this game into two coins, I'm tossing two coins, again unbiased. For every head I'm giving 5,000, and for every tail you will lose 4,000. You will still see the value of the game is 1,000, right? But the risk comes down. While the return is half into 10,000 minus half into 8,000, that is 1,000 the first case. Second case, 1 upon 4, because the probability of getting hit 1 upon 4. So 1 upon 4 into 10,000, okay, minus 1 upon 4 into 8,000, and so on. It will still give you a return of 1,000, but playing a game with two coins is always less risky than one coin. And I wish I could play the game with zillion coins. I don't have it. The point that I'm trying to bring home is you must invest in as many equities, as many instruments, not only equity, shares, bonds, mutual fund, post office, diversify. If you do that kind of an investment, what you're doing is called a portfolio investment. Basically, you're reducing the risk for a given level of return. So that's what we do. Large cap, mid cap, small cap. We know in large cap what happens, the volatility is very high. Like in Reliance, you can see the volatility is very high. The mid cap, the volatility may not be very high, but the return also will not be very high. So we accordingly balance. If you ask me, large, mid, small, sir, how will you do? I'll say 80 in large, 10 in mid, 10 in small. Because I am risk lover. I love risk. I don't mind losing some money. Because next day, I make double the money. You should learn to look at in a portfolio sense. Don't cry one day, I lost money today. Tomorrow you'll make it. Did I answer your question? Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Vinith. So I want to ask you, is there any specific qualification required to get a job in merchant banking?
There is not really a qualification in that sense, but you must have an MBA finance degree.
Okay.
And also, there is a course available on merchant banking with ICFA.
Okay.
That's a good course. But without being quoted, ICFA by itself will not get you a job. ICFA is only an additional degree. You must have an MBA finance degree.
Okay, so could you be more specific with the role of a consultant?
Yeah. Role of a consultant. Yeah. See, you can be a consultancy firm in any area. For example, you can propose technology. For example, there are people like, Uday or, Humphrey Glasgow. These people supply chemical technology. There are companies like Tata Consulting Engineers, Lawson and Tubro. These people supply the machinery and technology for a number of core sector industries. You can be in technical or you can be in financial. For example, somebody comes to you, look, I have an idea, project idea. Will this work? Is it viable? So you will study technology, you will study the market, you will study the processes, you will study the financials and come to a conclusion whether this project is number one, viable, and number two, bankable. Because you have to get the money from the banks. So that's a financial consultancy. You can also take into account market research consultancy, where you go out and collect primary data on various demand supply things, or whether the product will sell at all, using various techniques called, regression analysis, factor analysis, cluster analysis, principal component analysis, and so on. You can do an analysis to find out whether there is a market for a product, if so, at what price. So that's a commercial consultancy. You can also give HR consultancy, and so on.
I've done BTech Mechanical Engineering.
Yeah.
Is there any probability of job in bank?
Absolutely, yes. BTech with chemical technology, chemical, mechanical, no problem. BTech engineering itself is very useful to the banks. But my question to you, why do you want to base your engineering in banking? You should join the manufacturing sector. That would be a good idea. I don't like IIT BTech engineers with MBA Ahmedabad, with ties on, coming and selling, coming and doing some credit in Citibank. I don't like this. You should get into manufacturing, because ultimately what will take ahead this country is manufacturing sector.
We'll take the last question.
Last question, okay?
Sir, the sighted persons are doing agency for the post office, for the LIC, for the mutual.
Yeah.
So can blind person can do, or is there any wrong thing in it, sir?
I don't see reason why the blind person should not do. But there's only one problem you must keep in mind. Normally in this country, insurance agents are not looked at upon very nicely. अरे वो आ गया यार, उसको हटा दो कैसा भी, साहब नहीं है बोलो घर पे. Am I right, sir? Yeah. So this problem will be there, but you must always remember that is one job where you should not mind disappointments, because your 100 calls will fructify only 10, but the 10 will give you the money. Okay. So the second thing what happens when you're marketing a product, a sighted person has an advantage. He'll be able to see the body language of the other guy. Somebody will yarn. He's not interested. You know that very well. But a blind person will have difficulty in assessing that. But if you develop the sharpness, see for example, the job that I'm in, I had to meet clients day in and day out. One thing, friend, let me tell you, if anybody bluffs in front of me, I know it immediately. Some vibes I get immediately. Only one small example to conclude. One of the clients was asked to meet me because I'm the place where we look at projects commercially. Before sending him, the concerned officer told him, look, you're going to meet one idiot called Ramakrishna. The only problem with him is this: please don't tell him a lie. Please don't tell a lie to him. Now, this guy came to me, in spite of this warning, he bluffed. One thing with me, if I keep quiet, you must be rest assured that the bomb is coming up, a vacuum bomb is coming. So when the presentation came, I kept quiet. People said, Baba, kuch to bolo yaar. Why are you keeping quiet? Finally I told, whatever has been said last 1 hour is branded bluff. So friends, that's how you should tone up yourself. Did I answer the question? Yeah.